Welcome to No Worries Finance. This is JD, and we're here to talk about debt and money issues in the hopes that one day you can be debt-free and financially flexible. Life is a lot more chill when you have no worries in your financial life. If you're interested in seeing more videos just like this one, then hit that subscribe button below and we can take this journey together. Today's video is on 4 tips to live a more frugal life. I had to adopt a more frugal lifestyle when I was trying to get out of debt, and I've carried over a lot of those changes even now that I'm debt-free. First of all, I taught myself how to cook. Going into this, I had zero experience cooking. I never cooked growing up, and I ate out or at the cafeteria all through college. When I got out of college and had a ton of debt staring me down, I knew that I wasn't going to be able to continue this pattern of always eating out. So I started small and picked 3 meals. One that I could make for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner. I then cooked and ate those same meals every day until I got sick of them. At the very beginning, the meals were pretty mediocre and sometimes bad if I messed up. But over time, because I was practicing those same meals every day, I started to get really good at them, and I started to love my own cooking. Once I got comfortable with those meals and wanted to change things up, I'd pick a new meal and switch it into one of the 3 slots. Years later, I had several meals I was capable of cooking throughout the day, and I had flexibility when meal planning for the week. I'll still occasionally go out to eat socially with friends, but I never go out to eat alone. And cooking from home ended up saving me insane amounts of money over the years. I especially love now when I go out to eat and I have this thought of, I could have made this better. And it happens nowadays. It's funny. And it only inspires me to cook more food and learn more meals. Next up, simplify your wardrobe. A huge expense for a lot of people is clothing. While I don't go full Doug Funny and wear the same exact outfit every day, I do have simple outfits that are all pretty similar to each other. I always wear the same type of jeans regardless of the weather, and my only decision point I need to make usually is what color I want to wear today. Not only does this eliminate any decision making in the morning about what to wear, but I also save a ton of money because I rarely need to buy more clothing. Once you're used to wearing the same clothing all the time, you become really comfortable in those outfits, and I don't have a lot of impulses to buy new clothing. I usually end up buying clothes once every year or two when certain items start to show wear and tear and need to be replaced. Otherwise, my monthly clothing expenses is almost always zero. So much of clothing purchases in general is superficial and trying to impress others. It's much better to just escape that rat race. Figure out some simple outfits you like and buy a few different colors of each, and then you're done until something wears down and needs to be replaced. The third tip is to walk or ride a bike, or take public transit if it's available. Essentially, anything other than a car. Every time you walk or bike somewhere instead of driving, you're winning. Once you can build this habit, it's game-changing. You'll save so much money on gas, parking, maintenance for cars is crazy. You'll also just rack up much less miles on your car, so it'll last longer, maybe even the rest of your life. I know, it's crazy to think about, but if you're feeling really wild, sell the car. Not even joking here, it is an option. I've been living carless in Los Angeles for 8 years, and Los Angeles is known as a major car city, that you can't live in LA without a car, but I've been doing it. So if I can pull it off in LA, then you can probably pull it off where you live. Walking and biking is so good for your health too. The more often you choose an option other than your car, the more money you're going to save and the happier you'll be. I've been on both sides of this, and I have not considered buying another car for a second. I may never go back. Lastly, don't spend any money while at work. So this includes while commuting there and back, ideally. If you're not taking your car, if you're biking or walking. Spending money at work is a huge money leak for a lot of people. The largest offenders are usually eating lunch at a nearby restaurant or buying coffee. These two are easily solved by prepping a lunch in advance to take to work and buying a coffee maker for home. Drink coffee before you leave home, or if you need coffee during your work shift, fill up a thermos and take it to work with you. The coffee you make at home is going to be more consistent than what you get at a lot of coffee shops, and it's insanely cheaper. Same thing with food. There's even a couple of alternatives to packed lunch. You could eat a large breakfast and a large dinner and only bring a smaller snack to work to munch on. Or you can consider fasting during that work period. They all work, and they'll all save you a ton in the long run, because all those purchases, depending on what restaurants or coffee shops are around you, they might be pretty expensive too, and they add up when you're talking about doing so on a daily basis.